Okay, I'm coming over to give an update on the pasture, the plot, and I run into this gal with a bunch of fawns. My goodness, how many is there? 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to the Sticker Channel. I'm Chris, and you're back to Pasture to Plot. Welcome. I don't know if you've been following along, but I've got a piece of property here that I've acquired. It was all cow and horse pasture for over 20 years, and it was hard as a rock, and I got permission to go ahead and work the dirt, put something in it, and hopefully you've been watching these episodes. And today's a little bit of an update video I'm going to show you, and the ups and downs of food plotting. When we went ahead and planted, at time of planting we were working the dirt, getting ready and getting prepped, and it was very wet. We was getting lots of rain. Actually, the day we planted it was wet. We used my tractor, Farm OM, and one of the things that had happened that day was went ahead and planted, used the ferminator to put a strip of sunflowers in, and drove up and back, and the compaction from the tires was so great that I think the sunflowers got compacted in a little too deep, and I didn't get good germination. I'm standing here and there's deer running around coming. But anyhow, got some heavy compaction going and didn't get good germination on the sunflowers. So Saturday we was about to get a rain finally, and we're in a heck of a drought, but we was going to get a little bit of rain, and so I went ahead and come over with the Groundhog Max, and you can see the dirt strip here. I Groundhog Maxed this whole strip, and I by hand planted sunflowers here, so I'm already getting germination from that, and we should have some sunflowers here to look at. As you can see, I've got an Egyptian wheat wall going here, and it goes to the woods and comes up about 50 yards or so. In the center portion is annual clovers, plow down clovers and things that are going to get disked back in before fall. And one of the things I will tell you that happened, let me flip this around here. One of the things, like I said, I'll tell you things where I succeeded, and I'll tell you things where not necessarily failed, but didn't go my way. Like the sunflowers didn't go my way totally, but I rectified that. Out here in this field, in this plot, we sprayed it to kill it all off so that we could work the ground. And that did a very good job up until we spread the plow down clovers on. What we got was a really good catch of clover and a really good catch of oh crap, what's this stuff called? Ragweed. Jeez, left my brain there for a second. But we got a good catch of ragweed. So that's what happens when you till. Sometimes you bring that dormant seed to the top and you get germination. But hey, ragweed's not all bad. Deer like it. There's constantly deer out here eating the clover and ragweed mix. I'm not even really all that sorry about the ragweed, but I'm just telling you. But what I did do is I took a pint of 2,4-D in a 15-gallon sprayer, and I came through and I sprayed this all, and that knocked the ragweed down. It curled it up a little bit, you know. Here, I'll give you a little shot. it's curled it. If it may not kill it, but it may knock it back enough that it'll give the clover a chance to get up and get some height. Like I said, they are annual clover, so they're, if we ever get rain, they'll come on and grow higher than the ragweed, I'm sure. I'm banking on it anyhow. But there's a pretty good catch of clover in there amongst ragweed, and we spread some sunflower too. But all in all, looking pretty good. Along the woods line over there, I put in some shade tolerant white Dutch. Because as you can see, just like right now, the sun's going down. So like after 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you get a lot of shade here along the fence line. And so starting at about this point or so where I'm at to the woods is like 15 yards. And what I did is I spread actual perennial clover then in this white Dutch all along the fence. You can kind of see the break line here where it is right there. From there over that way is the perennial white Dutch. So I'm going to leave that there because it grows so slow. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to disc that back up for fall. I'm going to leave that portion, and this center portion will all get disced back up and put into fall stuff. So just wanted to give you guys an update. And this is just a small clover patch that I put behind the house to enjoy, just looking out the back door, literally. Here's my back deck, French doors. Sit there, watch critters come in and get a bite, like this fella here. So we got it right here at the house. Now, moving on, I've got this patch of woods below the house here. I've got about 3 acres, but I've got a pure stand of clover here, and this comes down and wraps around into another spot here that I have. It wraps around here, over here, and over in this area. I put in a little buckwheat, and I know it don't look like much, but the deer aren't giving it a chance. I mean, it's getting hammered pretty good. I mean, everything's getting, they're just coming in, chewing the tops off. But that's okay. That's what it's there for. It's all gonna get disced back under here. Today is July 1st. This was planted a month ago, and we had one heck of a drought since planting. Getting ready to come up out of my woods, and we break out into this spot here. And as you can see, got an Egyptian wheat wall screen. It goes the whole length of this here, and it's starting to come on. It's starting to do okay. This is all buckwheat, starting to flower up. It's about 1 foot tall. Some volunteer oats and things in here. This here, along this edge, was supposed to be sunflowers, but the deer aren't giving them a chance. They're taking them right off the top. just plucking them up. And if you guys follow along, if you're a subscriber, I'm always playing with this pear tree, spraying it with antler grow. And you know, they say pear trees only produce well 1 out of 3 years. It goes in a cycle. But since I started since I started spraying this pear tree with antler grow, this sucker produces every year to the point where I have to prop up the branches. Pretty funny. But anyhow, yeah, this is what, you know, like I said, if you guys follow along, this is something that you're familiar with here that I plant. And we do certain things here. We test the ferminator out, do some different applications here. But yeah, the sunflowers aren't really getting a chance. But that's another area here. As you can see, the Egyptian wheat started down there and went this whole length. As you follow my finger, and then it hooks, goes up to that big pine there. And on the other side of it, I've got more there. And you know, it creates security. At some point when it gets tall enough, the deer will come in here and they'll get real comfortable. But you know, they're pretty comfortable now. Sometimes I come down my driveway here, goes back to my place, and they just stand there and watch me drive by. They don't care.